Real Talk Podcast. Welcome back, y'all. What does this make? Episode 4. This makes episode 4. I'm a day late, but it's okay. Cause we here now. If you don't know, it's your host, Grayson Belton. And I have a special guest with me today. Introduce yourself.
Well, I'm Xavier. How do we know each other?
High school. We went to high school together. What grade did we meet in? I think we met in...
Let me see. Because I graduated in 19, so I got to high school in 2015. So it would have to be, you were in 9th grade, I was in 11th.
Mm-hmm.
It had to be.
Yeah. I was in 9th grade. I think we had choir together.
Yeah. Or we had, I don't think, no, we went on choir trips together.
Yeah.
We didn't have choir, because I was in chamber, and you had regular choir.
Right, yeah. So yeah, backstory, now y'all know how we know each other. So that makes, how many years is that, like 4?
Let me see, because I counted 3 earlier. So it would be like 4 or 5 years.
Right, so up until this point, guys, we've known each other for like 4 to 5 years, man, and we never really been like super close, but I've always kept up with him on social media, you know, just seeing how shit was going, and I've started this podcast with a journey to just bring people together for conversation. So, with this being my first guest, we're gonna get into it. I need you to rate your mental health for me on a scale of 1 to 10. How you been lately?
As of today, I would give it a 6.
Mm-hmm.
I say 6 because this being my last semester, and the semester that just passed,
Right.
I feel like it was like the worst semester I've ever been through with high school and college combined. It was just something about it. It's just like, I just feel like I wasn't on top of my stuff. I just felt like I wasn't doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Right.
My mind was always in other places, so I just wasn't really focused like I wanted to be.
Mm-hmm.
And so it just like really kind of messed me up in the head. And like, what's just other stuff? So like, when due dates came, I'm just like trying to rush and trying to get stuff together.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, dang, like, and I told one of my professors, I was like, I'm really not like this, because that was her first year. This this past semester, that was her first year.
Right.
So I was like, I'm not really like this. Like, I'm really on top of my stuff. Like, I'm really not doing it. She was like, yeah, you need a whooping.
Right.
I'm like, I already know. Like,
It's tough though.
I'm already know. It's like you already know something before somebody tell you. So it's just like, dang. It's like it really comes to realization that like you really need to be on top of your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, I was like, I'm just ready to go home. Like, I'm just ready to like be in my bed. I'm just ready because like, thank God, you know, in high school you get like what 2 weeks or winter break, but in college you get like a whole month.
Okay, that's dope.
So I was just like, I'm just ready to go home and just be in my bed. So that's what I did, and I've been trying to, you know, keep myself from like thinking about like my last semester, because I know it's gonna be stressful. I know it's gonna be hectic, and just like thinking to the future, it just kind of like messes with my mental more, because I don't know what's to come. It's like I'm one of those people that wants to be like on top of it, and I already know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, you gotta know.
But like me not knowing what's gonna happen, it's just like it just kind of messes with me. But I have to like kind of work on that, just like live in the moment type shit.
Right.
So, you know, as of right now, it's been a 6, but you know, things can change.
Right, and that's okay. Oh God, that's okay. A 6. I feel you. Definitely a fear for a lot of people is not knowing what's in the future. Like, we all kind of just hope for the best. But when people tell you need to do this, you need to do this, so you can know that this is gonna happen. It's like, damn, this shit right here though is kind of hard.
Exactly.
I'm struggling with this right here, and I'm still trying to look at the future and feel kind of fucked up. So,
It's not, and it's not even like long term type shit. It's like when I leave here today, it's like I don't know what's gonna happen when I drive out the driveway.
Right.
It's like certain stuff like that. It's just like you never know. Like anything is possible to happen. You never know, like what can happen. Like, and life is so short. Like,
right, it's a lot of death.
It's too much. Like recently, it's too many deaths going on. So it's just like, God forbid, like something can happen to me. Something that can happen to my family. It can be like a big impact. So it's just like, I don't want, I don't want no heartache. I just want peace. So
Right.
it's just like, I just don't want to, to be going through all this stuff, and my mental goes down.
Tell your people you love them.
No, for real.
Tell your people you love them. I haven't shared with y'all, but not too long ago, I lost an uncle to MS, and it's been rough, but main message: tell your people you love them. I haven't spoke to Carly in years, and when I heard the news, it hurt me because he really was somebody who was there for me and believed in me before I even believed in myself. So, tell your people you love them.
That's how it was with my granddad. And it's not like our relationship was strained or anything. It's just like certain stuff, like he kind of kept to himself because he don't want nobody like freak out or react.
Right.
And then on the other end, like his wife was not my real grandmother, because my real grandmother, she passed in '98, so I never got to meet her. And he remarried after I was born. So she just was kind of like, doing certain stuff and like, keeping certain stuff to herself, and then, making it seem like everything was all good, and then when it wasn't. So it was just like, the year that he passed in 21. My mom and my aunt went to go see him, and I couldn't go because my brother, we had just got a car, and he wasn't really driving at the time.
Right.
So I had to stay here and like take him to work or whatever, so he can, start learning how to drive. So I didn't get to go, and I just kind of like missed that because that was the last moment, like my mom and my aunt, and like that was the last moment that they actually got to like talk to him, like in person, face to face, and like actually, be there and like hold him and stuff.
Right.
So I was just like, I was really upset with myself that I got to miss that moment, and I was really upset with myself at all the times like I wasn't in the mood. I had to decline his call, or I told him I'd call him back, and I never called him back. So it's just like a lot of stuff you regret. And it's just like, you shouldn't be doing that. You should go ahead and like seize the moment.
Right, take that opportunity.
Yeah, because like I said, you never know what's gonna happen. So I was kind of like upset at myself. So it just kind of like broke me down even more to think about that. And then also the fact that like, he was my everything. Like I'm named after him. Like my middle name came from him.
Oh.
So it's just like, we already had that type of connection. Where it's just like, he always wanted me to, do what I need to do. He always he was always proud of me. He was always there for me. And my mom, she told me he would do stuff behind the scenes, like, pay for certain stuff that we never knew about.
Right.
And like Christmas gifts, like she would, say it come from her, but he actually like, try to chip in and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's just like certain stuff that like I never wanted to take for granted, and I feel like certain time I did take them for granted. So like you said, love your people while they here, because you never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I heard it, man. Real. Yeah, I heard it. This episode is not about me. Y'all know this episode is not about me. So, we gonna move to physical health. And you should rate your physical health from me 1 to 10.
My physical health. I mean, it's kind of up and down. I mean, some days I feel like I'm healthy. Some days I feel like I'm too fat. Some days I feel like I'm losing weight.
Right.
But I feel like all my life I've always been like kind of like big, or like I've kind of been like, not on the skinny style where I wanted to be. But I don't know, my physical health, I mean, it comes and goes. Like, I think about it, and then I look in the mirror, I'm like, damn, like, you need to slow down. Like, damn, you need to pick up some weight. It's just like, I do have, I do have body issues, but it's just like, I don't really feel comfortable talking about it sometimes because it's just like, you know, I be feeling like people, they tell you what you want to hear.
They do, man. They do.
And so it's like when I bring it up, they're like, no, Zay, you're not fat. I'm like, just tell me the truth.
Right, and it's making you feel a little like, damn.
Yeah, it's just like, just tell me the truth. And I be like, it's like sometimes I be feel like I'm being lied to.
Right.
And I know that's not the case. I know I have certain people around me that do tell me, what it is and what it ain't.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like, in the back of my mind, it's like, somebody's lying to me. Like, I just feel like I'm being tried. I just feel like I'm being lied to.
Yeah.
And I'm like, because when I look in the mirror, I see something else.
Mm-hmm.
So in my mind, it's already like trained as like they're lying to you. Like, you already see something else when you look in the mirror.
Right.
But like I said, sometimes I have my bad days, sometimes I have my good days. So I would really rate, I don't know, it would be a 5, half and half, honestly.
Word.
It would be in between.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I feel that. It can fluctuate. A lot of people feel like they out of shape or they don't feel good about themselves, but when you ask yourself, is it because of a standard or is it because of...
Most definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Most definitely. I feel like a lot of people, especially in my community, community I'm talking about.
Right.
Especially in my community, they want you to look a certain way and they want you to like act a certain way, and it's just like, you can never like be your authentic self without like getting judged from that community and the straight community, and then like, it's just like, you never know. That's why I don't really like fool with too many people like that, because it's like, it's always judgmental. But with me, like, I'm not judgmental. I'm gonna tell you like how it is. I'm not gonna tell you what you want to hear. I'm gonna tell you what you need to hear.
Right.
So, and it all comes from like a place of love. But like, delivery may be a thing also. Like, I may say it in one way and you may feel like I'm, talking bad on, down on you. But it's like, but it's only like that because like, especially if I have to repeat myself. Like, we have moments that we have the same conversation over and over again. I'm like, listen,
I'm not trying to say this again.
Exactly. I'm like, chill out. I'm telling you again.
Right.
You need to do this, this, and this.
Yeah.
So that's when it gets like frustrating. But like I said, it all comes from like a place of love. But I feel like the standard, I feel like it is a certain standard to look a certain way, to be built a certain way. And it's just like, it took me time to like actually like love myself and love what I look like.
Right.
Not saying it's fully there. I mean, some days I look at myself, I'm like, okay, you look decent.
Right.
One day I'm just like, I'm not really feeling you, and I don't want to go outside. I don't want to look at anybody. I don't want to talk to anybody. But
and that's okay.
Yeah, but I definitely feel like it's a standard. I feel like everybody wants you to look a certain way and be a certain way.
Right. And everybody's not the same.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
So guys, if you feel like you fall below a standard, or sometimes if you feel like you fall below a standard, just know that standard only exists in your mind. Secondly, if you feel like you are above a standard, because I can say that too. If you feel like you always in a position where you're being looked at and you're being put on a pedestal and judged for the actions of people around you, how people look at you, and they'll say, you look like this, you should do this. That doesn't exist either. Just because it's a good trait, just because it's something that you feel is popular among a lot of people, doesn't make it a good thing.
There should be always one thing in a person that's just like, it's different from everybody else. It's like a unique trait. It's just like, somebody should come up to you, should be like, I've never met anybody else like you.
Right.
I feel like that should happen to everybody, because not everybody's supposed to be, the same. Everybody's supposed to be different. Everybody, different genes and different looks and different walks of life. So
Right.
I feel like when it comes to like personality, people should be like, I've never met anybody like you.
Right. Yeah. Real. So you said, guys, to swing it all back, we were rating physical health. You rated your physical health a 5.
Mm-hmm.
5. I can rate my physical health. I can say I'm gonna give it an 8. I haven't been doing every single thing in the world that I need to do to maintain, but I've been drinking my water, walking. I feel okay. But we're gonna move on to the next topic. How's school been for you overall?
It's been a roller coaster,
Mm-hmm.
honestly. Okay, so I came in 2019, fall of 2019, to Alabama A&M, and the first semester, I feel like the first semester is always like the weirdest semester. It's like you're in this place. It's just like you're by yourself. You have no parents. You have to like actually do stuff on your own.
Right.
Like I feel like getting up for high school and getting up for college is like two totally different things. It's two totally different things. It's like in high school, it's like in your mind, you're like, oh, I have to get up. Like I have to start getting ready. I have to, be on a bus or be in the car at a certain time.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like in college, it's just like you have to like really push yourself. It's like you don't have nobody to like actually tell you to get up.
Right, you dead out there by yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and then also my first semester, when you go freshman day, you can't pick your classes.
Mm.
So I had an 8 a.m. and I ended up failing the class because I only went like one time. It was just something about getting up at 8 o'clock or like being there at 8 o'clock. It's just like I just could not do. It's like I couldn't do it, and it was so stupid because that wasn't part of my major. That class was like part of my major. And I ended up retaking the class and passing it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just the fact that like I shouldn't have to end up retaking that class.
Right.
I should have just went down ahead and like go ahead and knock it out the park. Even though, and it was like the class was only one day out the week.
That's tough.
It was only one day out the week.
Right.
And it was 8 o'clock in the morning. I just could not get up at 8 o'clock in the morning.
And that feel like a slap in the face when you look back.
It's just like, it's just kind of like, you just look at yourself, it's like, damn, that was kind of stupid.
Right.
Because you should have been did that. You should have been, because I had to talk with my advisor. She said, if you do all these classes, you're supposed to take them like certain time, you will be out here in like 3 years. But that didn't happen because I couldn't get up.
Right.
I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you get, you a freshman there, you don't know anybody for real. Right. And then, like I said, I had 2 people come with me from Calera.
Mm-hmm.
And they had their own group, so it's like I was technically really by myself.
Okay.
And they had group chats over the summer, going into the fall, freshmen trying to figure out who they're gonna talk to and be friends with, cool with. I wasn't really like in those group chats for real because I really couldn't feel out people. I really couldn't like over the phone and in person, 2 different things.
Really?
Like when you over the phone, it's just like you don't know like who you're really talking to. But you in person, you can actually like, for me, I can feed off your energy. Like I can feel off, I can feel off, feed vibes, like how you talk and like how you stand and your body language and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's just like being over the phone. It's just like it wasn't really doing it for me. And then they was in the group chats. They weren't really talking about nothing. And then at that point, it was just like you get tired of meeting new people.
Yeah.
You get tired of introducing yourself. Hey, my name is Xavier. I'm from Calera. I was 19 at the time. Well, I was 18 at the time. Mm-hmm. I'm 18 years old. So it's just like it got tiring. So when school did come, it's just like, I guess I just meet whoever, comes up to me. And I did, I eventually got into my little group or whatever. Mm-hmm. And they would also play their part in why I wasn't going to class.
Right.
But
I was going to ask you that, surrounding yourself with a good group of people when you first get to college. Me, I don't have a college experience. I haven't been to college, but I hear a lot of people talk about when you go to college, the first thing you want to do is surround yourself with good people. Is that something that you think is true?
That's absolutely true. Like, I feel like you attract who you are.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're a good person, I feel like you attract good people. If you're not a good person, you attract mess. You attract stupidity. You attract stupidity.
Right.
So me, I feel like I'm a great person.
Mm-hmm.
So I attracted those people that had those good traits.
Yeah.
But personality wise, but on the education side, it was just like, hey, come over here, come stay tonight. You ain't gotta go to that class in the morning. It was like stuff like that. And I'm like, I really need to go to this class.
Right.
But it's just like, you know what, I guess. And then, they want to drink on like a Tuesday night or something.
Gotta wake up at 6.
It's just like stupid stuff like that. So it's just like, I don't regret it because, like I said, everything is a learning experience. So it's just like, it's a learning experience. But I look back on them like, I could have did it differently. I could have, got up to go to the 8 a.m.
Right.
But, that semester was good. And second semester came, that's when COVID hit.
Oh, crazy. You was in college when, that's crazy.
That's when COVID hit. So, when COVID was being talked about, it was being talked about that January of 2020. And we was hearing about it. And we wasn't really thinking too much of it. We thought it was gonna stay overseas. It wasn't gonna be, wasn't gonna be that
crazy.
much. Yeah, and we thought it wasn't gonna be that big. So it's like, we ain't, too much tripping on it.
Right.
So February we wasn't really like hearing anything. And then they started talking about cases start being in states and stuff. I'm like, oh. And then they start people dying. I'm like, this shit is like, whoa, for real.
Right, this shit real.
It's like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So then we get an email saying that we had to go. And we had to get kicked off campus. They gave us maybe like almost 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Then we sent another email saying you gotta be out in like 2 days. So
like off the campus.
Off campus, like they're finna shut down campus like right now. So I'm calling everybody and I'm like, and my mama, she like me, I hate last minute stuff.
Right.
I hate last minute stuff. So I'm calling my mom, I'm like, Mom, they said we gotta go, they finna close campus. And she was like, you can't, trying to get me to find somebody else to come, take me home. And I was like, no, because nobody's going that way, because people, my folks that was up there, they from Atlanta, and then, from Mobile, Mississippi, Chicago, so they're not really going to the place I was going.
Yeah.
And then I did have a friend, but we weren't close like how we are now. So it was just kind of weird, asking her for a ride to take me home. So, she came and got me, and then I was hearing other people's stories about how they went on spring break and they never came back. I was like, dang, it's just so crazy. And then it starts like, we started being online, finishing the semester online. I've never did school online, and they never did school online. So this was like everybody's first time.
First time experience.
So it was just like kind of hard to adapt to it. And then I was taking a math class at that, and I hate math. So why are we having a math class on Zoom?
That's so crazy.
It's like certain stuff like that. It's just like, it was just kind of irritating. It's like, thank God I passed that semester with the grades I passed with. But it was just like I said earlier, you never know what's gonna happen.
Right.
You never know what's gonna happen. I didn't think that COVID was gonna be the big issue that it was, and it's it started the lockdowns and shortages. I'm like, this shit is real.
That's crazy to even think about, cause I remember, we was going out of 11th grade, and to even think about the fact that I knew you before that, I low key kind of forgot,
right?
That you was in college when this shit happened, and to grasp how hard it was in high school for me to like transition into doing online work like all the time.
Right.
I can't imagine trying to do no college math, no.
It was stupid. And this is why I say 19 is the last best class. There's nothing cocky about it. There's nothing,
Okay.
you know.
Not talking.
You know, that's why I say, this is why I say 19 is last best class, because it's like, we were like the last class to actually like, you know, get that graduation stuff and like actually like be able to like, you know, graduate properly and like actually do stuff before COVID hit. So, and I'm like,
true shit.
You know, I felt bad, you know, for y'all when y'all had to go through that, and some people that had to like start college when COVID. I didn't start college when COVID hit. I was in college when COVID hit, but I didn't start college. But you know, the others they started college when COVID hit.
Yeah.
But I felt bad that I didn't get the experience that we had, like actually being able to walk across the stage and get your diploma instead of like doing, you know, drive-by graduations and stuff like that.
Crazy.
So that's why I say 19 is the last best class, because you know we were grateful to actually have the opportunity to like actually like, you know, do stuff like that, actually have a ceremony.
Right.
But school overall, it's just like I said, it's an up and down thing. This is my last semester in school.
Yeah.
So
like period. You can
this
graduate.
is it. Yeah, this is it.
That's dope.
This is it. Like I can't. Like I told myself, I can't do no more school.
Right.
Like even after this last semester, I was like, you know what? I gotta take all the classes I can take, because my advisor, she told me that I can walk in the spring. I can walk, you know, this upcoming spring, but it would probably be like a class or two I have to take in the summer. I said no. If I have to take it in the spring, I will take it in the spring, because after this I'm done.
Right.
Like after this, I'm done, and I'm. You know, and I'm starting to think about my master's and like if I want to go back right after, or if I want to wait a year, and then like if I want to, you know, go ahead and take the practice and get my teaching certificate and stuff like that, so I can start teaching. Because you know I've been hearing a lot of stuff that you know they need teachers,
right?
And I've been, you know, getting opportunities from like Memphis and Nashville to come up there, and you know, try to be an educator, but my plan was to come back here to Shelby County and teach.
No.
So, because, you know, this is what I'm familiar with. And it's something new, but, like, you know, going out there and, like, getting a new feel of a new city and new experience. Like, but it's just, like, I just want to be comfortable for a second.
Right on God, and, you know what I'm saying, get where you need to be, for real.
Yeah, I just want to be comfortable for a second and just, like, actually, like, breathe, because right now I feel like I'm breathing. I feel like I'm holding my breath with everything. So I feel like after I get my degree, I feel like I can actually breathe.
Right, like sit down for a second.
Yeah.
Been grinding for a minute now. Like.
Yeah, because like the late nights, and it's just like you wouldn't know until you like actually been through it. And so like I get backlash all the time about like me not working.
Yeah.
Or whatever, and my mom is family. I listen to my mom. So she told me, she don't listen to what nobody else said. She said, just, all you gotta do is worry about getting your degree. That's it. You said, she was like, you know, the big boy job, whatever, it can come later. But just worry about getting your degree right now. And I said, okay.
Right.
And so you ain't gotta tell me once. But it's just, you know, it is kind of hard trying to like scavenge, because I do work at the bookstore on campus. So, you know, that's a little income for me.
Right.
But it is kind of hard, like, especially like coming back on break and trying to find a job and like actually trying to like, you know, work until I go back to school, because and with my brother's schedule, he works during the day, but he doesn't want to have a set time when he gets off. And then like all these jobs, they want you to close, and I can't.
Right, tripping.
I can't be closing all the time. And I closed like when I was working at Hardee's, and I did all that. I can't close no more. That was a headache for me.
Yeah.
But they want you to close, because nobody wants to close anymore. But I mean, I'm making do. I know I'm doing what I gotta do, so I'm not really stressing on. But thank God it's my last semester, like I said, and like I said, I'm just ready to actually breathe. I'm just actually like chill out.
True shit. Will Smith's new movie. Have you seen the trailer? Do you want to watch the trailer real quick?
That's a lot.
It is a lot, man. It is a lot. That is a lot. We don't need you today.
I will say this. I'm not really too fond of any more like slave movies
Okay.
because I don't. It's just something about like reliving like what has happened in the past and
Right.
just like seeing all the trauma. I feel like when 12 Years a Slave came out,
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was it for me.
Yeah.
Like after I seen that movie, it was just like I don't want to watch like no more slave movies.
Right.
I've heard about emancipation and I've seen
Mhm.
like on certain like on Instagram
Yeah.
and they were basically saying the same thing. Like
Yeah.
they took that out the movies, like the movie theater, because it was like low box office sales and stuff.
I didn't know that.
Because
Mm-hmm.
like I said, not a lot of people want to like relive that.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people want to like relive like the whole slave thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Will Smith, he's a great actor.
Right. Did you like the trailer?
Trailer was good.
Okay.
The trailer was good. It seemed like a great. It seemed like a good movie. It seemed like a good. Like it had like a storyline.
Right.
It seemed like it had a plot.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, he's a great actor. But I feel like certain actors should like fall for like, fall for
Okay.
those certain roles.
Right. Now that's really what I want to get to, the specifics. Like Will Smith, as an actor playing the role, would you be mad if it was another person? Is it just because it's Will Smith? Like, in all the controversy he's been having, like, does that make you look at this different? Like, why did you do this 100%?
I wouldn't say. Let me see. The whole thing that happened with him and Chris Rock, I don't condone.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't know. I'm kind of 50-50 on it. Like, you shouldn't, be going on like national TV hitting anybody like that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's just like, he was protecting his wife.
Right, a lot of
But
emotions.
then, on the other end, his wife wasn't really like protecting him, and you know what I'm talking
And
about.
that's an entirely different conversation.
Yeah, so it's just kind of like hard to like pick and choose. So it's just like,
right.
I don't care like
Mhm.
about the stuff that's been going on as far as like what he's been in or whatever.
Okay.
I just feel like Will Smith. I just feel like he's a better actor and he could be above stuff like that.
Right.
I feel like he can put his career or he can put his foot in something that can be worthwhile. I don't really feel like this movie will be worthwhile for him. I feel like he can do way better.
Okay. I can understand that. I can see that. I'm not gonna lie. When I first seen the trailer, I got a little excited. Just cause I seen it was new Will Smith, new movie. But I do agree with the narrative that we're done with the slave movies. I can't tell you how many kids I feel are scarred from watching Roots.
I've never really watched Roots like that. My mom, she had like the VCR, VCR tape back in the day. She had those, but like, I never like really watched Roots like that. But I've heard like the whole Wu-Tang Kente and stuff. And, I see stuff here and there on social media. I see clips, but like as far as like sitting down and actually watching stuff like that, it's just like for me, it's just like kind of like a sensitivity thing. It's just like you don't want to see nobody like sit down, especially like. The Color Purple wasn't really a slave thing, but it was kind of like a slave thing.
Right, still along the same line.
Yeah, it was like around those times, but it's just like when I seen The Color Purple, it was just like kind of disheartening about how women used to be treated.
Right.
And I'm all for like equal rights. I'm all for all equal stuff or whatever. But it's just when she was going through what she was going through, it was kind of like disheartening to see her go through that, and then like for her to like trying to have like a backbone and like a peace of mind, and it's just like she couldn't like have that. So that's how I feel like these slave movies is like to see them go through what they go through, and like the trauma, like to relive the trauma and see them like getting beaten on camera. It's just like, you know, they do good with like these special effects. So it's like you look like they're really getting beaten. It's like you actually like feel it.
Right.
Like 12 Years a Slave, like I couldn't. It's like certain parts I can't watch.
Yeah.
That's just like it's just too much for me.
That shit gruesome, man.
It's just, it's just too much for me. So that's why I'm, you know, I'm all for telling the story. I'm all for, you know, storyline. I'm all for that. But like I said, I feel like the slave movies, that needs to be left alone for a little bit.
For a little bit, man. Just let it rest.
Yeah. And then like I said, I feel like Will Smith was kind of like, I would say kind of like out his element.
Yeah, they do look like it, don't it? It's like, it's not like he's like, I don't know. When I seen him crawling in the mud and I seen him swimming in the lake and shit, I'm like, I see you do like action movie shit.
Yeah.
And like this, I don't know. It does feel different. It does feel different. Seeing Will Smith with the scars on his back, it was like, damn.
But I mean, that's what certain actors and actresses, there's certain routes they go through. Like they have a sense of like, you know, kind of like a midlife crisis. I don't know what's next. I feel like I want to go in a different direction. So I guess it's what he was feeling like.
Right.
But like as a fan of his, it's just like you can go in a direction. But I don't feel like that direction is for you.
That direction, this specific direction.
Yeah. So I was just like, but like the whole slave movies overall, like I said, just give it a break.
Right.
Just
and to be fair, when I seen him go, he went on another podcast. He went on this sports podcast, and he talked about it a little bit. He said that he's heard the conversation about it being a slave movie. He was like, it's not a slave movie. It's a story about the man. I forgot his name. With the whiplash on his back.
You know his name.
Yeah, I forgot his name, but he said the story is about him, and it's about him trying to get back to his family. So, it being along the lines of a slave movie, I definitely still feel like it is, but I don't know. Just to be fair, Will Smith did say that. He did say that.
I mean, I still feel like On the Lines is like a slave movie.
Right.
But like when you say it like this, like you're trying to like kind of like downplay. Cause when you watch the trailer, like it definitely comes across as like somebody that's like being taken away and like being kidnapped from their family, and like a black man at that.
A black man, yeah.
So it's just like, I mean, that's what it comes across. So that's, you know, but hey, he started it. I mean,
SZA's album. SOS. Let me let y'all know. I've been a fan for a minute now, right? Like for a minute, and I'm asking him this specific question because I know he's a fan also.
I'm the biggest SZA fan.
The biggest.
I love SZA. I don't know. I think the first time I seen her, she's it was BET Awards. She had sung Love Galore.
Yeah.
It was something about her singing that song and like just standing up there. I was like, who is this?
Right.
Like I've never seen her before.
Yeah.
I looked her up and I was listening to a couple of her old songs like Child's Play. I was like, this shit is good. Like I really fuck with this.
Right.
So then I was into Control and I just like, I know the whole album front to back.
Yeah.
I know the whole album front to back.
It's a real fan.
Like I love her.
Right.
And so when word was getting around that SOS was coming, I was kind of like excited because she hasn't had an album in like 5 years.
Yeah.
And she's one of those people, like when you actually like pay attention to her, you know the real fans and you know the fans that like just became fans.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, you have those just like, oh, she's a liar and this and that, and then you have those that's like actually like being patient.
Yeah.
And actually waiting for her to like, you know, perfect her craft.
Right, like this is her life.
Yeah. And she knows, she sees the comments, she sees the posts that people make about her, she sees everything. Like, who wouldn't see everything?
Right. Right, like she's a human. She be on social media.
Yeah, so she sees like certain stuff that people say about her,
Mm-hmm.
and I know like it could, you know, not saying I know her personally, but you
Right.
know, it could do something to somebody. You know, it could mess with their mental and it could mess with their mind, and people also don't like realize that like when you're an artist, like you have to go through like steps.
Yeah.
It's not just like, oh, I finished this album, I'm just gonna put it on Apple Music.
Right.
It's like you have to like, you know, get clearance and you know, like money and stuff like that. It's like certain stuff.
So much shit.
Yeah, and it's like with this album, they didn't even want to put it out until like this month.
Mm-hmm.
So and then I don't know if you've seen it, but it was a video that she posted on YouTube when she did SNL a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I think it was like the day of SNL or the day before. And she was crying because I guess the people at her label was like they were, you know, gonna push it back to like the January or something like that. And she was just like, it's been 5 years. Like, you know, my fans want this. We've been waiting on this. And she knows who, like, you know, she knows who the real fans are. Like, I've been patient. I'm not, you know, I haven't been rushing, you know, rushing her, trolling her, calling her a liar out her name, you know.
Getting on social media calling her bitches.
Yeah, and then like posting her, you know, like with her imperfections and flaws and stuff like that. Like at the end of the day, she's a woman. You have mostly grown men. Grown men telling a woman how they should have their bodies, how they should dress, how they should do certain stuff. And it's just like, stay in your lane, stay in your place.
Right, be in your own business.
Yeah, if she wants to do that, she wants to do that. You know, I'ma still, you know, be a fan at the end of the day. So, but when SOS came out, like, it was just like a breath of fresh air. It's just like, I needed this. And she's so toxic. Like, it's just something like how she, it's just like how she write. It's just like, she's so toxic, but at the same time, she love this nigga, but at the same time, she want to kill him and his girlfriend. So it's just like certain shit like that. It's like I can get behind. Yeah. And then, but on certain times, it's like, you know, she has a heart. You know, she really cares. And then next time she switch up and she wanna, you know, she do this because you know,
real human. It's very emotional album. SOS for sure.
It's very like mixed emotions, and I feel like that's what I go through on a daily basis. It's very mixed emotions. Some days I'm like, damn, I don't want to be bothered. Next time I'm like, you know what? Let me see what such and such doing, or you know, let me get up and go. So I'll be in the bed all day. Like unless I'm gonna get up and DoorDash or something, I'll be in the bed all day. But I'll get up, you know, cooking something to eat. Or I go in the living room, you know, watch TV or whatever. It's just very mixed emotion. I feel like that's what this album was. And I feel like this album was also released because, you know, she, you know, been in relationships. And, you know, it's been a long time coming with a lot of people. And they've been in relationships. And they've been in certain situations where, like, they're not happy. So it's just like, she was talking to us. You know, you don't have a lot of artists that talk like that.
Right, like, they really want to. I understand.
Yeah, you don't have like a lot of artists that like that actually like it feels like you're having a conversation with. Like it feels like you're on FaceTime with this person. Yeah. That's how I feel like her music is. So that's why I'm such like a big fan of hers. And then I mean she's beautiful. I mean, what else can you say about that?
All right. Do you have a favorite song?
My favorite song that I've had on repeat is Pretty Little Birds from the Control album. Okay. And I love that song so much. When I first heard it, it was just like the way like everything was just flowing and it's just like it was one line that's in there. It was like, when the morning comes, I know you're still mine. I hope you're still mine. And that kind of resonated with me because it's just like I said, you never know.
Right, you don't.
What's gonna happen. I've had conversations with somebody before, like, you know, hope we don't wake up and like not have feelings for me. That can happen. That can happen. Like people will wake up like I'm not feeling you no more. I don't want dealings with you. Right. And then it's just like, damn. I hope I don't go through that. So it's just like, and then that can be like a mantra. It's kind of like a mantra for me. Right. Like I say it over and over again. When the morning comes, I hope you're still mine. Right. Like when the morning comes, I hope I'm in the same situation. When the morning comes, I hope this relationship is like still growing and still prospering. I hope this is like getting better.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why that song is my favorite. And then I feel like a lot of her songs on the Control album, it kind of dealt with like appearance
Okay.
and like body image and like how I want to be perceived and how you perceive me.
Mm-hmm.
Like Supermodel, the song Supermodel. And so I can be your supermodel if you believe me, if you see it in me.
Right.
It's
From
just
your
like,
own eyes.
yeah, it's just like stuff like that. It's just like I can be that person if you want me to be.
Right.
And it's kind of a good thing and a bad thing.
Right. At the same time, because people will take advantage of that.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of a good thing and a bad thing because it's like I want to be my own person for you, but at the same time I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave you, so I will change for you.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, kind of like forget my own feelings. But it's just like I love her so much, and I want to see her in concert. I wanted to see her in March in Atlanta.
Yeah.
But first of all, them ticket prices are outrageous.
Them shits is $100. That shit is
Them
crazy.
ticket prices is outrageous, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it. But I said before I die, I want to see Jasmine Sullivan. I want to see SZA. I still want to see Billie Eilish. I'm still giving her a chance.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm really starting to get into Mariah the Scientist. Mariah the Scientist.
Yeah.
I'm really starting to get into her. I'm really like, it's a couple songs I listen to. It's like, okay, you know, I really fuck with this. But my friend, she loves Mariah the Scientist.
Yeah. I need to check her out. I do. I think I know that. I know one song by her.
Yeah, she's a good artist. So, and it's not like, you know, I'm a big fan of her like I am with SZA, but I wouldn't mind seeing her. But my big three right now is Jasmine, SZA, and Billie Eilish.
Okay, that's a big three. That's a heavy hitting three. I'm not gonna lie.
It is a heavy three, especially like I know Jasmine. She's been in the game for a long time, and Billie, I don't know. It's just something about her.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like the way she sings and her aura. It's just something about her.
Yeah.
And when you watch her in interviews, she's just so like shy, but then she's just like she's like out there. It's just like you know she's kind of like me. It's just like she can talk, but then at the same time she's like kind of shy. Just like I don't know, just something about her that I really like and it really drawn me to her.
I feel like she's more relatable. She touched a lot more in the age group range.
Yeah.
Compared to SZA and Jasmine.
Yeah. I really feel like when it comes to Billie, she has like a more relatable touch.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I feel with her.
Okay. So what would you rate the album out of 10? SOS.
Let me see. I would give it a 8, maybe 8, 9. I would give it an 8, 9.
Okay.
The difference between Control and SOS. Like I said, Control was kind of like her songs was kind of like dealing with the same issues, but they were kind of like talked about this different, like a different way.
Yeah.
With Control, like I said, it was a roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was mixed emotions. Like one day I want to fuck you, next day I want to kill you.
Right.
It's just like I said, I can get behind that.
Yeah.
I don't really listen to all the songs on SOS. It's like certain songs. It's just like I want to say I kind of skip over them, but just like I don't really like care to know the words.
Right. Yeah.
But with Control, like I know like all the songs. Like I said, I know front to back. Cause like even when I first started getting to SZA, like I was like I want to know all her songs.
Yeah.
And then when I listen to the songs, like I love like it was something out of every song that I really liked, and I really could relate to.
Yeah.
But with SOS, it's just like certain songs. It's just like I don't really really fool with it. It's not like the whole album. It's really like at least 2 songs. But everything else, like I really like, and I can really tell that she tried. She tried her hardest, and she tried to like actually convey something, convey a message. Like I said, it's been 5 years.
Right.
So you had a lot to do in those 5 years, and like I said, like the whole video that she put out about, you know, she was crying. You can tell like that she actually like cared about this album, and it's just actually something that she really wanted to do. And that's all we would want from an artist.
Right. That's all you can ask for. Like, this is their talent, their life. You gotta respect that. That sometimes niggas don't want to wake up and record, or sometimes niggas don't want to wake up and do anything.
No.
Like, just not even like pertaining to if you make music or you do this or no. Like, if you wake up and you go to Subway, I know you'll be wanting to go to Subway. Like, it's real. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's why I really care for her. And I really like her because she cares about what she does. You know, a lot of artists just like push it out.
Right.
And they just talk about the same stuff. They talk about shaking ass, getting money, and all that.
Right.
So I don't want to listen to that. I want to listen to something.
Don't get me wrong. There's a place for that. But that's why we enjoy real music.
Yeah.
Because the beauty of the Control album for you and how it was a staple for you, somebody else might listen to SOS and, you know, that be that same feeling for them.
Right.
And then they go back and check out Control and, you know.
Exactly.
And I love that. Real music.
Yeah. Like I said, it's different from everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Megan Thee Stallion can be real music for somebody, but it's not real music for me.
Mm-hmm.
Or like Boosie. Like Boosie
Right.
could be real music for somebody,
God,
but it's not really for me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I don't really like. And people like to clown you for your music taste. And I'm just like, I listen to what I listen to.
Right, like, leave me alone.
Yeah, and it's like now I don't really listen to like a lot of new things because it's just like when I listen to certain stuff, it's just like I can't get into it.
Okay.
That's why I kind of listen to like throwbacks, almost, or like some stuff that's been out for a while, because that's real music to me. It's like stuff that just seems like it's like now they're trying to meet a deadline.
Right.
It's like now they're just trying to push it out.
Right. Push it out.
Yeah, and trying to get their money.
That's really what it is. It's not art no more. It's about money. If there's a lot of music out here that you don't like, it's about money.
That's true. And about a featuring.
Right, and about a feature. It's a clout. Real.
But it's like I can't get behind that.
Mm-hmm.
I want to listen to something that's gonna take me through it.
Right.
Take me through a roller coaster. Like one day, like a song will make me cry. A song make me want to yell and scream.
Yeah.
I want to go through that.
Right.
That's so.
Can I get emotional with y'all? A song that made me cry. Ray Vaughn, Pick Your Cherries. If you haven't heard that song, I might drop a little clip in here. Maybe. But if you haven't heard that, go listen to it. Teardropper. For real. But we're going to move into our next topic. How was your Christmas?
Boring.
Okay.
It was boring.
Mm-hmm.
I was supposed to go see my mom for Christmas, but we was having issues with the car or whatever. It wasn't really like an issue, but it was just like, you had a signal on your dashboard, just like, check it out. So we were supposed to see her for Christmas, but we ended up not going. Then we was like, we'll just go for New Year's or whatever, and then we ended up not going because of that. So, I don't know. I miss my mama because she's not here in Alabama anymore. She's not in Alabama anymore, so I be wanting to see her when I can. So when I didn't get to go for Christmas, I didn't get to go for New Year's, I was like, and then she was like, we'll just see each other when, next year or sometime early next year. I'm like, oh my gosh. I guess. Because, you, from you're born until, you go to college, you're with your parents, every day. Yeah. So it's just, having that detachment, not seeing my mom every day or not, really, speaking to her on the phone, hearing her voice. it's just kind of like a different feeling. It's just like, and then she'll get to acting funny. I'm like, oh, I thought you gonna mess with me. You ain't text me. I'm like, and then she can say that knowing she texts me 1st.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just certain stuff like that. Just I don't never want to like. And my mom, she was a single parent.
Yeah, right.
So that's all. You know, that's all I knew. That's all I had.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't ever want to lose that connection with her. I don't ever. And you know, she got remarried and she has like a stepson or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to ever like lose that connection with my mom because like I said, that's all I had. So me not being able to see her for Christmas, it was just like I was like, okay, whatever. And then so I'm like, damn, I really want to see my mom.
Right. Feel a little bit.
Yeah, that's when I see her was Thanksgiving because we went to Michigan for Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay.
But my Christmas, it wasn't really what I hoped it to be.
Mm-hmm.
Cause you know everybody get their Christmas gifts or whatever, and I really stopped getting Christmas gifts in like high school. I wasn't really getting anything for Christmas. Like I said, my mom, she was a single parent.
Mm-hmm.
She was doing what she could, and she wasn't really having help like that.
Right.
And my granddad, you know, like I said, he would chip in, but like he had stuff to pay for because you know he was sick or whatever. He started to get like sick, so it wasn't really much like anybody could do. And my dad, he wasn't really like. He's not really working, you know, he's going through what he's going through, and he's not even in Alabama either, so my mom, they have a love and hate relationship, like one day they'll talk or whatever, and the next day my dad, he'll have an issue about something, and it's just like, come on now, and then they still fighting about stuff that's like, it's not even like relevant anymore,
Right.
like child support, stuff like that. I'm grown. I'm 22 years old. Like, why are y'all still arguing about that?
Yeah.
Or why are you still trying to like pick a fight?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just stuff like that. And but my Christmas overall, it was okay. I mean, I stayed here. My brother, he was off Christmas because you know Christmas on Sunday, so he was off anyways.
Mm-hmm.
And he was off the next day, and he was off New Year's, and he was off the next day. So we just kind of like.
Right.
We went to church on Christmas.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we ended up going to church on Christmas, but we didn't go to church for New Year's. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was kind of chill.
And some good food.
Yeah, at my cousin, we had a Christmas party.
Mm-hmm.
My cousin had a Christmas party, and then Gabby and them had a Christmas party.
Okay. Right.
So yeah, I mean, you know, I'm gonna make sure I eat everywhere I go.
Right.
I'm gonna make sure I eat. So, but I can't function unless I get something to eat.
Yeah.
But it was good. I mean, it wasn't really nothing special.
That's nice. So, have you learned anything interesting this week or within the last month?
Define interesting.
So, interesting can be anything that you want to share with. So imagine you just meet a stranger on the street and you like, bro, this is crazy. Like, this works. Like, just anything along the lines of like, I call it reach one, teach one. It's supposed to be some deep shit. It's supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, like we giving out life lessons, but it don't gotta be. It don't gotta be.
I would say this. I haven't really spoken about this.
Okay.
Except for like the people that was involved.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the most important thing I've learned recently is don't let anybody play with your character.
Okay.
And I had a situation where I was trying to play Cupid or whatever.
Okay. Right.
But the boy and the girl, they already like had dealings or whatever.
Mm.
So I was trying to, you know, he asked me for this girl's number, and I was like, you know, I asked the girl, I was like, okay, you know, I'm not just gonna give anybody's number out.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's okay if I can give, you know, such your number, and she's like, yeah, sure, whatever. So then he ended up texting me like 10 minutes later about my friend, who's another girl, saying, why didn't you say such and such about her? And you being messy, da 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 da.
Whoa.
So yeah, so when me and the two girls got on the phone,
mm-hmm.
we going through the situation. We're trying to like pick pieces apart about where did it go wrong.
Yeah.
And when you look at it, I'm not in the wrong.
Okay.
It's like the boy, he was like kind of like making stuff up as he go. Like he was kind of like, you know how like you deal with certain people that like they have something in their head and try to make it like
Right.
make it seem like it's right.
Real life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what he was trying to do, and it wasn't like all the stuff that he was saying that I said I never said.
Okay.
He was saying that I told this girl about my other friend that he was all up on her and trying to get with her and blah blah blah, which was true.
Right.
But I never said that.
Right. Now you, yeah, because I could have.
Yeah.
I couldn't. Yeah.
'Cause I'm not the type of person to be cock blocking.
Mm-hmm.
So I just let you find out on your own,
Right.
or I let you. Yeah, I just let you tell her, you know, whatever. So I didn't say anything, but I did tell the girl that you know him and you know my friend and him they used to talk. That's all I said. I said they used to talk.
Yeah.
And that was it. And she asked me how did did it end? I said it just didn't work out.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing more, nothing less.
Right.
So he started going into saying that I was telling people about a situation he went through. I'm just like, and he said that I did what happened, like the situation. He said I did that before. Mind you, me and him we don't communicate like that.
Mm-hmm.
So he was telling me like keep your distance, blah blah blah. I'm just like we've never really like spoke like that. The only time we was around each other is when you was trying to get with my friend.
Right.
Like I said, you was in her face, but I didn't say that to the other person.
Right.
Because that's not me. So, be messy. Like, now that's being messy, which I never was. So, it just kind of like upset me, and it was kind of like, I felt disrespected because me and him, like I said, we don't really talk like that, but when we do talk, it's like, I always felt like it was good energy, and I'm the type of person, like, check up on you, say how you doing, and, mind you, we go to school together, so we gonna see each other.
Right.
So, I say, I speak or whatever, he'll try to speak to my friend or he was trying to get with, and so, he was talking about keep your distance and stuff like that, and it's just like, I'm like, this boy is really crazy. Because for one, nobody can ever say to anybody that I did them wrong, I lied to them, or like I didn't care about them.
Yeah.
Nobody can say that.
That's great.
And for him to sit there and just call me messy, for him to sit there and say that I was saying certain stuff to this girl that I never said, it's just like, you really playing with my character right now.
You make me,
I'm like, and I'm telling him, like, nobody can ever on that campus, on Alabama A&M campus, say that I'm messy and I've been in stuff.
Yeah.
Most people don't even know who I am.
Yeah.
That's how you know I don't really be anywhere.
Right.
So, it was just kind of pissed me off, and it kind of pissed the other two girls off because, well, my friend, she had nothing to do with it. She had nothing to do with the situation. But you calling her, cussing her out, yelling at her, making it seem like she had something to do with it.
Doing the most.
Yeah. You a man, you like a dude at that.
Right, like,
And then, you trying to like play victim to my other friend.
Right, that's what I was finna say. I'm like, I don't know the situation fully, but from the way you describing it, it sound like he turned around and playing big victim. Like you know you was doing this, and if somebody says something, you're gonna get mad.
Yeah. He was definitely like, he was trying to, the way he was saying certain stuff, he was trying to play victim, trying to get sympathy points from her. And then fast forward, we found out that the girl already knew about my friend because he had told her about her.
Okay.
He had told the girl about my friend.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, so what's the big issue?
Right, like, what are you even tweaking for?
Yeah, like, you already, and she was like, I already knew about her. And I had like, this is my first time ever saying to her, like, Yeah, my friend and him used to, talk. They way even like on a dating situation, you can barely even call it talking.
Right.
Honestly, more like having a conversation.
Yeah.
So she didn't find out. She didn't say nothing. Well, I didn't tell her until like the Christmas party that just passed.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Well, he had already said her name before." So I'm just like, "So what is he tripping for? Like you doing all this? You saying I'm messy? You saying I'm fake? You already told her yourself."
Right.
So I'm like, "There's nothing for you to be upset about. There's nothing for you to come at me about." And it's just like it just really seemed like it just pissed me off.
I understand.
But in that whole situation, it's just like you really played on my character because you saying I'm this, you saying I'm that. You say I did this before with somebody else. You couldn't even say the girl name.
Yeah.
That I supposedly said it to, and then it was about some deep shit. Some shit I would never say to anybody.
Yeah.
Some shit I would never expose or I would reveal to anybody because that's definitely not my business. So that's how I know you're lying. That's how the girls know you're lying.
Right.
And it's just like in your head you're making it. You know you wrong,
Right.
but you're trying to make yourself seem right.
And that's the worst type of people because it's like you literally can't convince them because it's in their head. Unless I go in and like take this out of your brain, you gonna think this and try to make it reality. Like
Exactly.
100%.
So that's why I was just like, you know what? And it kind of like did something to me for like that whole day, and then like the day after, I was just thinking about it. It's like this nigga really tried me.
Right, tried.
Like he really tried me, and I don't like to be tried like that, especially like with my character and who I am. Cause like I said, nobody can ever say that I've been messy. Now high school that's a different story. But
we'll leave it where it's at.
But as far as like now, like we grown, we in
Right.
college, we doing our own shit. I ain't got time to be sitting up there talking about you. We don't. First of all, we don't talk about you.
Yeah.
We don't have conversations about you. We don't think about you.
Right.
So for you to sit there and say that we sit up there and talk about you, and you telling people this, and you getting on social media saying that we're messy and stuff like that, it's just like, come on, dude.
Right.
Like I don't like that.
Leave it alone. I know you got something better to do.
Exactly. Like that shouldn't have even happened. And then the girl was telling the story, and it's like you were picking out details. You were picking out details from her story and trying to make up your own story.
Right.
And that's how it came back to me.
Yeah.
Because she was like, well, because apparently, he was kind of like locked up or whatever. And she was like, well, I see you doing good because like after you got out in there, you didn't speak to the girl. So she was like, I see you doing good, blah, blah, blah. Because you was at Zay house and such was over there. And she was like naming people who was over my house at that time. And because he was over there too.
Yeah.
So then he get to saying the girl, my friend name. And then, like I said, he was picking out details.
Right.
Picking out certain stuff and trying to like mash them together, making it seem like that I'm running my mouth on him or I'm talking about him like in a negative way. I'm just like, that shouldn't even like have went the way it went. Like I said, my friend had nothing to do with it. So you calling a girl, a whole female, calling her, cussing her out, saying this, saying that, and she should keep her distance. Like it's like on some threatening type shit. I'm just like, you shouldn't do that.
Right. I'm bullshit. I really.
But like I told them, I said I left the situation alone. But if like you keep going at it, then we'll have an issue.
Right.
Because I don't like to be harassed. I don't like to be tried. I don't like none of that.
Oh God, man. Leave that shit where it's at, man. Reach one, teach one. Do not let nobody play with your character.
No.
If you got a good face card, keep it that way. Keep it that way. Movie suggestion.
Movie suggestions.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Have you heard about the movie Megan?
Yes, me and my girlfriend want to watch that so bad.
I want to see it. So it came out today.
Oh, okay.
It came out today, and I want to see it. And you know me, I try to stay when something happens. I try to stay from like spoilers and like social media because they have like reviews.
Mm-hmm.
But like when you scrolling, you can't help because it's gonna pop up.
Right.
So I was, I watched certain reviews. They were like, it's like, it's a funny movie, then it's a scary movie, then it's not a good movie at all. So it's just like, I don't like for certain stuff to influence me and like influence like my thought process.
Right.
So it's just like, I still wanna watch it, but it's just like I don't wanna, cause when you see certain stuff, you go into a situation I'm like, oh, I already know.
Right.
Like,
I already know this and this.
yeah, you already know. You already have your mindset. Oh, this is gonna be a bad movie. Then it ends up being a bad movie because you already said it was gonna be a bad movie.
Yeah.
So that's what I don't. That's what I don't want to do. But I'm gonna just watch it. But I really want to see The Little Mermaid.
The one with
Halle Bailey.
Yeah.
I'm going to see that movie.
Okay. Word.
I'm going to see that movie.
I can respect that. Yeah.
Because I think it's about time that things get switched up, and it was kind of upsetting, like how bad they was talking about her.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about her because it's like that's not my area because she's a black girl.
Oh yeah.
She's a black girl, and then her hair wasn't bright red like it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, but the girl, her hair is red,
Right.
but it's not the red that she wanted to be.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, you gotta think about it. At the end of the day, she making that money.
Okay.
Like, and you still gonna see it.
Right, you still gonna see it somehow.
Yeah, you still gonna see it. So at the end of the day, that's you giving the coins to her.
Right.
Even though you bitching about some right here.
Right. More publicity, really.
Honestly.
Just talking about Little Mermaid more, getting more people to see it, getting more people to go buy tickets.
Honestly. But that's what I want to see. But I don't know, it just hasn't. Movies don't hit like they used to.
They don't.
It just don't hit like they used to. Like the animated movies, it's just like the sequels, like the Minions movies, it's just like you get tired of them.
Right. It's like, damn, we really done grown up, y'all.
It's not like how it used to be. Cause like in high school, middle school, like on Friday night, Saturday night, you want to go to the movies and you gotta be home by a certain time. It's just like certain stuff like that. Right. It's like it make you miss, and then like even further back, like phone wasn't even like really a big thing.
Oh God.
We wasn't really on phones like that. We was like outside, like just chopping it up, riding bikes. We was like outside just talking. We had, the little DS. We would be outside like playing on it and stuff like that. We wasn't really on phones like that. We wasn't really like worried about social media. We wasn't really doing that. And I know like me and my friends, we were like big like celebrity. Like we care about celebrity so much. Mm-hmm. And the only like the way we see stuff is like if we'll go outside my house, we'll watch like E News or something like MTV or something. Yeah. And then we'll get like magazines that come to the house. Mm-hmm. We'll like see like the new celebrity news and stuff like that, and we make like scrapbooks and like we was like into we was like into the celebrity shit. Yeah. And so. I mean, that's how we got our news. That's how we knew stuff. Right. That's how we, knew the new music. We listened to the radio. We wasn't really like on MP3 players like that. Right. And we burned CDs. We had CDs and stuff, CD players. So that's how we like actually like connected with like the world like that. But like social media is like everything's like right there.
It killed it. Killed every experience for everybody.
Everything. It killed everything. It's like it's not the same, and like I miss those days. Right. Because you didn't care about anything.
For real, you only knew what you knew and where you were at. Like that's an entirely different conversation. We might have to have you back on the podcast, but for real though, like me and V was talking about this. We was like, bro, we don't see no kids outside. Like just. I'm not gonna say I just be outside looking for kids, but when I'm outside wherever I'm at, I'm in a neighborhood, and I'm talking about from here to Huntsville, from here to Trussville, wherever. Like you go in a neighborhood, you don't see kids posted up on the green thing no more.
You don't. Like we used to be in the road, like playing basketball and then like doing like football. It's just stuff like that. You don't see kids like in the streets no more, like riding bikes and like cause we used to be in the streets like they used to be honking at us like getting out the way. Yeah. You don't see nobody like that no more. And then looking at Nickelodeon. They used to have their little worldwide day of play or whatever.
Go outside.
Yeah, you go outside. Like I used to actually like go outside, be outside for hours.
Yeah.
I go to my neighbors in the back.
Mm-hmm.
They were about the same age as me. We'll go. I was like knocking at the door. I'm like, hey, can sisters come out and play? You just say come out and play.
Yeah.
Back in the day, like, can sister come out and play? I'm like, yeah, maybe out in a minute, and we'll just be outside for hours, just doing stuff, coming up with shit. Just doing stuff. So. Like I said, it's not like that. Like where I used to stay down the street, they built like new houses, like on both sides, and there's a new house like on the back of my old house.
Okay.
And I think they have kids or whatever that stay, that's there, but it's just like they still not. I seen them play like one like. I came over there one time and I seen them was outside throwing a football. And that was the last time I seen anybody outside.
Crazy.
The last time. Because everybody on that block, like, us, we grown now.
Right.
We doing shit. One of them got their own kid, but, it's just like, we not there anymore to, like, quote unquote, push on the legacy. So it's kind of different now.
It is, man. It is. A whole generation of people influenced by social media. And we're really just test experiments. We're still seeing how this shit is affecting us. Like we are the people growing up into this shit. When we turn 40, 50, we gonna have to look back and then we gonna see what this shit really does. Same shit with this.
Yeah.
We gonna see what this shit do in 30 years. And I know I'm gonna be I'm gonna be fucked up.
That's why, like, when I do have kids, I want them to live life how I lived it. Like, as far as like, no phones, electronics. I actually go outside and be in the sun. Like, I actually go outside and do shit. Like, how I used to do shit. Because it was just, like, fun to, like, go outside and do imaginary shit. Like, come up with stuff. Like, it was something new every day. Something new every day. And then we'll go into my neighbor's house. They'll have something, ready to eat.
Yeah, I swear. Yeah.
Or we'll come to my house. We'll like pop popcorn and watch a movie. There's all sorts of stuff like that. So I want my child to like actually like see the world what it is and not what's being put behind the screen.
Right, like this shit right in front of your face. You can experience shit that's in Taiwan. You've never thought about Taiwan until you've seen it on your screen. And you have yourself comparing, you'll have yourself comparing yourself to a lot of people.
Exactly.
Like, that don't even know you, don't know nothing about you, will never see you ever in real life. But, like, this is a standard. You set a pedestal for yourself to, like, want to, but look. That's a whole different conversation. We are an hour and 30 minutes deep. Hold on. Song suggestion.
Like I said earlier, Pretty Little Birds by SZA.
Okay.
Mariah the Scientist, Reminders. Let me see. Song suggestions. I'm trying to see what I have on repeat. Kill Bill. By SZA. That's on the SOS album. Let me see. I don't know.
That's a good group.
It's a lot of songs I have on like I told you earlier, like it's a lot of stuff I listen to. Like Desperado by Rihanna. I listen to that.
Good song suggestion.
It's like a lot of like old stuff that's been out for a good minute that I listen to. But I don't know, the whole Control album.
The whole Control album, literally.
listen to it.
If you haven't listened to it, go listen to it. Good listen.
Especially like if you having like some real image issues,
Right.
or if you having like some perspective issues, or like you want to be a certain way, but you have other people, you know, that want you to be a certain way. I would actually listen to that.
Real.
It's a really good album. And kind of helped me. I still listen to it to this day.
Therapy.
It's really good.
I can give y'all my song suggestion. It's a song called Into Orbit by Alex Isley. You can go listen to it for yourself. But like I said, man, we an hour and 30 minutes deep. So we're gonna wrap it up with a verbal affirmation. Today I will be present in every situation.
I like that. Today I will be present in every situation. Mine is, and I had came up with this last year maybe. Don't make permanent solutions for temporary situations.
Say that again.
Don't make permanent solutions for temporary situations, which means don't be so quick to jump the gun. Take a moment, actually like think about what's going on, process it,
Right.
and then act on it. I've been in situations where it's just like something happened, I'm just like, oh, I'm done with it. I'm done with it. But as I go down the line, it's a blessing in disguise.
Okay.
It's like I never knew that like it would change my life the way it would. I never knew like I would be in the position I'm in now because of it.
Right.
So, like I said, don't be so quick to like give up.
Yeah.
Basically, is what it's saying. Don't be so quick to like let it go, cause you never know what it could lead to. You never know if it could be, you never know what road it could put you down. But sometimes you do have to go with your good.
Right.
Sometimes you do have to let it go. But in certain situations, I feel like you just have to like take a minute and like breathe and think about it.
Right. The most important part of that, I feel like, is evaluate.
Yeah.
You know? When you take that step back, really evaluate your situation.
Pros and cons.
Emotional decisions are okay. They are okay, but like you said, evaluate your situation and then make a decision.
That's my favorite saying that I came up with. Don't make permanent solutions for temporary situations.
Right. I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode of the podcast, man. We had a pretty good conversation. This is the first time we've ever had visuals, so I'm glad that we got this done. That's it for the Real Talk Podcast with your host Grayson Belton and my guest
Xavier.
We're gonna get it y'all on the next one. I love y'all.